morning to you and your family. It is Monday, November 28th, and because I'm reading first, I get to say it. Get dressed. Are you jealous?
You're not allowed to say it.
Sorry, I'm stealing Brian's line. My name's Ainsley Earhart, and the Rust Belt recount gets underway today with Hillary Clinton's support. But remember when she said this?
That's horrifying. We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them, and that is what must be expected of anyone standing on a debate stage during a general election.
The hypocrisy is not getting past President-elect Donald Trump.
No, indeed. Then back to business. The president-elect returns to New York City last night, working to fill up his cabinet. Speculation growing over Mitt Romney's role in the administration. Should he have one? Should he apologize? We're going to talk about that.
And Sanctuary City shut down. Liberal leaders vowing to defy our next president by protecting illegals. But one governor is laying down the law. He's Texas Governor Greg Abbott. He just unveiled his plan, not even waiting for the next president. And let me just remind you, since you already were told to get dressed by the woman on the show, as the guy, I could say, good morning's better with friends.
Tebow coming up this next half hour to talk about his brand new book, Shaken.
Yep, it's on the New York Times bestseller list, and it's really good. It's not just about sports, but using sports in many examples
to get a great book
to get their point across.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him. He's going to be sitting here on the curvy couch with us, talking about his career, the ups and the downs.
Great. But the agonizing part was he talks about how close he got to making the Patriots. That would have been the perfect team for him to be on, but for some reason the wheels came off.
He has a whole chapter about it. The chapter's called The Cut.
Yep.
Being cut. It was his third time being cut, and he worried, does this mean I'm never going to put on a uniform again? Talks about his struggles.
So he's coming up in about a half an hour. In the meantime, straight to our top story on this Monday morning. It's round two. This morning, Wisconsin election officials are kicking off a recount.
President-elect Donald Trump firing back on Twitter, defending his election.
Yep, I cannot believe we're here already. Kristen Fisher is live in Washington, D.C. with a few tweets to review.
Yeah, here we go again. The Trump transition team is now calling Hillary Clinton a hypocrite, and this recount effort, led by Green Party candidate Jill Stein, a scam. Listen to what Trump's incoming chief of staff, Reince Priebus, said yesterday.
It's ridiculous. This is a fundraising, notoriety-driven fraud by a person who won 33,000 votes in Wisconsin to President-elect Trump, who won 1.4 million.
Now, news of this recount led to Mr. Trump's longest Twitter tirade since becoming the president-elect. 11 tweets in one day. Here's one quote. In addition to winning the Electoral College in a landslide, I won the popular vote. If you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally. He then claimed serious voter fraud in Virginia, New Hampshire, and California. So why isn't the media reporting on this? Serious bias, big problem. Now, to be clear, Mr. Trump has provided zero evidence supporting either claim, and there's been no indication of any voter fraud or illegal voting. In fact, California's Secretary of State is calling his allegations reckless, absurd, and unbecoming of a president-elect. But Trump's senior advisor, Kellyanne Conway, argues that what's really unbecoming is Clinton joining this recall effort. She also says the president-elect is no longer ruling out a criminal probe into Clinton's use of a private email server. Brian, Ainsley, and Steve?
Well, that will get her attention. All right, Kristen, we thank you very much.
If this gets ugly again, you wonder if Donald Trump might rethink the fact that he's not going to aggressively pursue an investigation on Hillary. If they start doubling down.
It's just crazy. I mean, he won by tens of thousands of votes. When they did the recount down in Florida, they were separated by like 500 votes.
That's right.
This is just, it's a pipe dream.
So what the Democrats, in particular the members of the Green Party, want us to believe that the Russians rigged the election. Okay, do you really think that is possible? Well, the administration does not think so, because the administration said they detected no hacking and the election was free and fair from a cyber security perspective. So while the administration says they weren't hacked, the Green Party says we're going to spend millions of dollars to do that. Ultimately, though, you got to figure what they're trying to do is just cast doubt on the future presidency Donald Trump right from the get-go, just to sully him.
They can't understand why Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania went the other way. Pennsylvania's probably not going to do it. It looks like Wisconsin will do it starting today. They'll get a format. It'll be actually done by the middle of December. Remember when Hillary Clinton said this in October?
Because that's horrifying. You know, every time Donald thinks things are not going in his direction, he claims whatever it is rigged against him. That is not the way our democracy works. We've been around for 240 years. We've had free and fair elections. We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them. And that is what must be expected of anyone standing on a debate stage during a general election.
All right, so she's a hypocrite. She was saying Donald Trump, she couldn't believe Donald Trump was saying that.
Yeah, but that's when she was going to win.
Right, that's true. So if you go on Jill Stein's website, she breaks down the numbers and how much it's going to cost to do the recount in each state. Total, for all 3 states, it's going to cost $2.2 million.
Wait a minute, she's already raised $6 million.
More than $6 million. And it also says on that website, if there's extra money, that'll go back to the Green Party.
Oh.
Or go back to prevent rigged elections in the future.
And if 5 people go on Jill Stein's website today, it'll be 5 more than went on leading up to the election.
No, she's collected more money with this campaign than she did when she was running for president.
I actually think the Trump people are making a big mistake even giving it the time of day.
They've got to respond.
But they could respond and just say, we're moving on, we're not even acknowledging it. Reince Priebus and Kellyanne Conway are all over the Sunday shows. Listen.
Hillary Clinton was the one to say it's time to accept the results of the election and look to the future. And it was their team that cut a deal with our team that said when the AP called the race, they would call within 15 minutes and concede, which they did. It is a total and complete hypocritical joke that the group of people that thought that they were nervous about President-elect Trump not conceding are the people that are conducting recounts in states where we've won by over 68,000 votes.
Donald Trump won. A lot of people like that wall. They want illegal immigrants, criminal illegal immigrants to get out of the country. They're not for these sanctuary cities. And Greg Abbott, who is the governor of Texas, is jumping on board. And he tweeted this out over the weekend. He says, yes, I'm going to sign a law that bans sanctuary cities. Also, I've already issued an order cutting funding to sanctuary cities. Here's the tweet.
It's going to be fascinating because we're going to find out. We know Donald Trump, how he feels about it. We know he's been moved by the family members of those who have been lost to illegal aliens who have been here too long and killed too many. And, yeah, like Kate Steinle. But I'm just wondering when President-elect Trump does it. Does he take on de Blasio and Rahm Emanuel and every city in San Francisco, every city in California right away, like the Gitmo, the Gitmo signing that Barack Obama famously had the first day? Does he say the funding's gone tomorrow if you don't declare sanctuary cities? Yesterday's news.
Well, you know, it all started because somebody asked Greg Abbott down in Texas on Twitter. Austin just said that they're going to continue with sanctuary cities, and he responded, I'm going to pass a law and cut off their funding. Will Donald Trump do essentially the same thing? Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we'll find out if the president-elect will actually do that and when, in fact, he will do that, because that might be a standoff he wanted to avoid, or does he want to lay down the gauntlet and say, I want to show you exactly what I'm going to do as president, everything that I said I did on the stump.
Does he have the jurisdiction to do that even for states that, like Greg Abbott, Republican? Of course you're going to hear that from Texas. No, but what about California?
But for example, Ainsley, if there's federal money going to California, he could just say, until you comply, you're not getting the federal money. Make up for it somehow.
All right.
So anyway, stay tuned for that.